I would have never thought that I'd be sitting here having to make this video. You see, you like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and credibility is hard to come by these days. You know, when it comes to power scaling, it's relatively straightforward and simple, unless you're letting it become convoluted by your biases and a bunch of random bullshit. Honestly, it's so simple to see like who's relative to each other, and then it's much easier whenever they're obviously two people in completely different leagues, like Luffy versus Superman, for example. Look at that. They overwhelmingly voted for fucking Luffy. Luffy versus Superman. Are you even kidding? Are you kidding? It's pretty obvious that Luffy does not scale to the level that Superman scales to. But there we go with that poll. A bunch of fucking retard weeaboos. I'm sorry, it just triggers me. Literally, Luffy's largest scale attack to date is literally just an island size attack. And now a lot of you idiots are like, oh, the islands in One Piece are the whole entire map of Naruto. No, they aren't. You're literally just saying that because you wanna wink Luffy. But come on, let's be real. We've seen Superman fight entities on the level of gods at this point. And you're seriously going to sit here and be like, Luffy Gear 5, he fight Rob Lucci, and now he beats Superman. Bruh, I swear, Luffy legitimately lost like 4 times to Kaido. Luffy literally loses practically every fight in the beginning. And you guys are about to sit here and tell me you genuinely think the man's about to beat Superman. That reminds me of another triggering poll. It was Kratos versus Goku. Now this one's even more ridiculous. What? I'm going to show you guys a chart to help you conceptualize this power scaling. So, One Punch Man's power scaling or threat level scaling is pretty straightforward. You can see that each level has a little synopsis of what is a threat level to. For example, Dragon is someone that's a threat level to multiple cities. I just sat here and recorded like 4 minutes of audio and it wasn't being recorded, so I'm just gonna condense this. Look at this goddamn list. You see this motherfucking list? If you read the list, you'll see synopsises on under each threat level. Now, this shows that you can objectively categorize enemies, threats, monsters, heroes. You can objectively categorize them based on their feats, based on their abilities. And so, for example, when it comes to Luffy versus fucking Goku, obviously, Luffy's biggest attack to scale is an island size. Now, why would someone who can only create an island size attack, who literally lost to Kaido 4 times, why is he all of a sudden now stronger than Superman? It's not a contest of who you like more, who's more popular, who's cooler. Literally, Superman would fucking just grab Luffy and just bury him under the Earth's crust. He wouldn't be able to swim up through all of that goddamn seawater. Not even that. Superman could literally just throw Luffy into space. No sweat, no sweat. Literally. We say Superman versus fucking Goku. We say Superman versus Saitama. Not Superman versus fucking, versus Zoro from One Piece. It's because they're pretty obviously not relative. Here's my last example. There's this one that's been floating around. Simple. This one is relatively simple, but people always want to overcomplicate things. It's Goku versus Kratos. Now, a lot of people picked Kratos, but those people are literally handicapped. They say things like, oh, Kratos has a god killing spear. Kratos is fighting gods. So obviously he's gonna be stronger than Goku. That's so stupid. Literally. I don't understand. It's like people give when they hear God and they immediately think that means like someone that's all powerful, omnipotent. They possess fucking the ability to create dimensions and all that. But it's pretty clear that in God of War, you are not fighting those type of gods. You literally see Kratos going hand to hand. He's relative to Hercules, a demigod who literally had trouble holding back a giant lion. Okay, so a giant lion with a hide that arrows can't pierce and spears can't pierce. He's literally on the level of a quadrupedal big cat. Like, come on. Hercules is getting scratched up by a magical beast. Fucking Kid Goku sees a goddamn T-Rex and just karate chops it on the neck and then fucking eats it for dinner that night. And that's Kid Goku. Kratos is sitting there struggling to fight magical creatures, and you're sitting here telling me that because he kills gods, he's on the level of gods. Now let's look at the gods themselves. They aren't like gods of destruction from Dragon Ball. The gods of destruction in Dragon Ball can literally blink away entire universes in a matter of seconds. Those gods can blink away planets. They are very clearly shown doing this. They're very clearly shown traveling through infinite expanses. But the ones in fucking God of War are literally fodder. They're actual fodder. You can see them getting cut, getting bruised. They like a fucking rock falling on top of them, like a large boulder falling on top of one of those gods is actually going to do some type of damage or throw them off. But if a large boulder, shit, drop a whole planet on Beerus's head, and I swear to God, it's gonna break around him like an old cartoon. It's just so silly that you would even think that Kratos is relative to Goku in strength, speed, any of those departments. Goku literally is well above light speed. He literally traveled an infinite expanse in a couple of seconds from hell to out of hell, and hell is very clearly stated to be infinite in Dragon Ball. And so he flies an infinite expanse in a couple of seconds, while Kratos is fucking riding a boat across the ocean to get to his next destination. Kratos is fucking riding his horse, running around in the woods getting chased down by Thor, Odin's son. Like, this man is very clearly mortal. Okay, Goku's mortal too, he's died multiple times. But fucking Kid Goku gets clip dumped by an Uzi and survives. Kratos gets shot by a barrage of arrows and he's on the ground talking about it's his last leg. Run, Artreus. If anything, I can't convince the people who don't possess the intelligence to understand why their fucking scaling is terrible, or that don't want to because they're pissy and they like this character over the other. I can't convince them, but I can convince people like myself. You guys, don't let it get you so triggered. You know, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. At the end of the day, most rational and like-minded people will agree when it's pretty clear cut. Some power scaling fights are harder to call than others, but that's because those two are more relative. Can't help anyone understand, but you can yourself stop caring as much. when people say stupid things. So keep that in mind and enjoy your day. Leave a like and subscribe.